Welcome, everybody. I hope you had a good day or evening. It depends upon what part of the world you're in. I say that a lot because with some of my current classes, I do teach students who are in Asia. So I'm very aware that when you're online, it could be day, it could be evening. But for me, it's here. I'm here in Florida. It's 7 p.m. So, welcome to Stay Along the Path. This is the introductory live stream that I will be doing on a regular basis. So, thank you for joining. And what this is about is that I really, really feel like I want to share many of the techniques and the insights that I have learned about sifting through and managing stress and anxiety. We all have it. These are some very, very, very challenging times. For those of us who've been around a while, I think we would agree that these are more challenging times than what we were accustomed to when we were younger. And for those of you who may still be younger, maybe in your teens, 20s, well, yes, it's challenging for you as well. So I think that stress and anxiety is something that we all experience because, in some way or the other, and I have been fortunate to learn over the years, the past, I would say 38 years or so, different strategies to help with stress, anxiety, emotional release, uh, techniques that people can do on their own. Now, this is not to say that if you feel that you need assistance and you need someone to talk to, that you shouldn't do so. But I find that if we take some time to learn about the mechanisms within ourselves, with natural mechanisms within our own bodies and things that are available to us, and make that part of what we do instead of just wallowing or going down the rabbit hole of our thoughts, negative thoughts, and of our problems, because there's always going to be challenges, and the challenges tend to be so intense these days. So I wanted to share with this audience some of what I've learned. And for this evening, what I want to do is just really get you to begin to think about the concept of mindfulness and really beginning to just understand or gain a belief that you can control your thoughts. We tend to allow circumstances to control our thoughts and our moves. If person A says something and we don't like it, or says something that pushes our buttons, then we say, person A made us angry. And what I want to explore during these live streams is for you to gain an understanding that person A can choose to say what they've said, but you can choose to have a different thought. And over the course of time, I want you to understand, to become more observant, more of a master of your own thoughts. So that when you notice that you are thinking or feeling in a way that might be fearful, that might be, you might feel anxiety, you might feel stress, doubt, criticism, whether the criticism is coming from outside of yourself or whether you're criticizing yourself. Any type of feeling that is not life affirming, that does not bring you joy, then you have an opportunity to do something about it so that you can feel better, that we can begin to get into a habit to break some of our patterns of these bad moods or these bouts, or again, feeling like you don't have control over your own feelings, your own thoughts. And therefore, that cascades into you not being able to feel like you have control in your own life, feeling like you have control to live the life that you would like to live. Everything starts from a thought. We're going to explore that in the upcoming live streams. And we're going to explore what that means. And what I want to introduce tonight is for you to begin to think about how your brain is really the master computer. We're using a computer to experience this live stream. However, we are the master computers, even with the technology that we have today. There's a lot of buzz about artificial intelligence. I've been doing a lot of um, research about artificial intelligence and how to use it in education because that is one of the fields that I work in. And even though artificial intelligence seems like it's so advanced, human beings had to write the code for artificial intelligence to work the way that it works. So we are the master computers. And if we learn how to master our brains, then we will be able to make changes in our lives. What I want to leave you with this evening is I want you to begin to understand that when you are feeling anxiety and stressed, I want you to point to the left side of your head, oh, really towards the front. And that part of the brain is where that reaction is happening, the fight or the flight. Fight or flight response is something that we're born with, it's natural, is necessary. However, what's interesting is our minds, our brains, we don't know the difference between, in terms of our reaction, in terms of releasing cortisol, in terms of feeling anxious, in terms of feeling afraid. We don't know the difference between whether what we're experiencing, I'm saying on a brain level, in terms of the response that the body has, is an actual danger, physical danger to the body, or whether it's um, stress or something that makes us upset. It all happens in the fight or flight mode, which releases more cortisol into the bloodstream. And you may say, well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, if more cortisol is released into the bloodstream, the body functions do not work the same as they would normally work. Digestion doesn't work as the way that it would normally work. So now the body has a physiological response to stress because that's necessary in terms of if you were in physical danger, you need to take all of your energy to run or to fight back. But what I'm trying to explain here is all of your energy is also, in terms of the biochemistry of it, is doing the same thing. If you're stressed out at work, if you're stressed out in relationships, if you're stressed out in traffic, if you watch the news and you see something stressful, your body has the same response. So, what's very interesting is your body has various different ways that it can handle that. And there is a nerve called the vagus nerve that runs along the heart. And the vagus nerve does several different things. But one of the things that I discovered in my research and teaching that the vagus nerve can help you do is that if you are having one of those anxious, stressful moments and you know how to breathe in a certain manner, you can access that nerve and take your stress level down rather quickly. Now, I do teach breath work techniques, I teach meditation, I teach various different techniques in mindfulness. As you see on the screen, there's a QR code, and I'm pointing to that QR code. If you take your phone and you click on that QR code, you will get directed to my website. My website is crystalvisionshealing.com, where you will see the upcoming classes that I have. But I'm going to teach you how to access your vagus nerve today, and we're going to do a little bit of a meditation. So, any of you that may be watching or following along and you feel like you need to calm down a little bit, you can participate and experience this. So let me first explain, how do you need to breathe to access the vagus nerve? Well, the first basic thing is you need to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Sometimes we inhale and exhale through the mouth, but we want to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhaling through the nose allows us to get a put full capacity of oxygen into our lungs, and then that exhale allows us to release the carbon dioxide. But what we're going to do to access the vagus nerve is that I am going to ask you to count to 5 while you're inhaling through the nose, and then count to 7 while you're exhaling through the mouth. The fact that you're exhaling a little bit longer than the inhale is going to access the vagus nerve. So I'm also going to give you a little assistance while we're doing this. I want you to start to begin to do it now. You can start to count, inhaling through your nose to a count of 5, exhaling through the mouth to a count of 7, inhaling through the nose to a count of 5, and exhaling through the mouth to a count of 7. And I want you to continue to do that. You may even decide to close your eyes. I am going to share my screen, and you are going to have a little bit of an experience because I'm going to play some meditation music for you. So continue to inhale to a count of 5, exhale to a count of 7 for a few minutes while we listen to this music. Welcome back. How do you feel? You should be feeling a little bit less stressed than you were when you started watching this live stream. And if you were inhaling to a count of 5 through the nose and exhaling to a count of 7, you successfully accessed your vagus nerve. So you used a natural part of yourself, your breath, your vagus nerve, to immediately bring some calm to you. And literally, what the vagus nerve does is to slow the heartbeat down a little bit more. If the heart is slowed down a little bit more, the blood pressure goes down. And, we wear these smart watches. So if you have a smart watch, take notice the next time somebody makes you angry or the next time you have anxiety or you're fearful. You'll notice that your heart rate goes up a little bit more than it did previously. So I want to thank you for joining me this evening. I look forward to joining you again. So look for more live streams. Stay along the path. That is my theme. That is the name of my company. Stay along the path to peace. Stay along the path to love. Stay along the path to your own divinity. And we'll learn about different techniques to help you do so. So, again, before I leave you this evening, I want to remind you that you could take your smartphone and hold it up to the screen. Click on that QR code, it will take you directly to my website. You can leave me a message there. You can explore the courses that I have there. And I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all soon. Peace and blessings.